A few weeks ago, my coworker Steve called me, and you know the tone someone has when they're trying to stay calm, but they're internally falling apart? Yeah, that was Steve. He goes,
Man, I've been dieting for 26 straight days. No cheat meals, no late night snacks, no skipping workouts. I've done everything right, but my belly fat, it's not moving, not even an inch. Am I doing something wrong, or is my body just broken?
I told him, send me your day 1 and day 26 photos. Let me take a look. He did. And guess what? Steve actually did look different. His face was leaner, his jawline was sharper, his arms looked more defined, his chest looked tighter, and his shirt fit better around the shoulders. But his belly, oh boy, his belly was sitting there like it had a permanent contract with his body. It looked exactly the same as day 1. Steve wasn't exaggerating. His belly fat had made zero visible change, and he was frustrated. He said,
I'm busting my ass every day. I'm sacrificing everything. Why do I see results everywhere except my stomach? Why is this the one area that refuses to cooperate?
and I told him something most people never hear. Your metabolism isn't broken. Your body isn't malfunctioning. You're not cursed. You just don't understand how fat loss actually works. He paused. Then he asked the question millions of people silently wonder.
So you're telling me I suffered for almost a month and nothing actually happened?
No, I said, you suffered for something. But what you expected and what your body delivered are two very different things. And this is where almost everyone gets it wrong. They think dieting burns belly fat instantly. Wrong. They think cutting calories means the stomach gets flatter in a week. Nope. They think doing everything right means their belly will magically shrink first. Absolutely not. Belly fat is the last fat your body burns, the last fat your biology wants to let go of, the last fat that reacts to a calorie deficit. So today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I told Steve. When belly fat actually starts burning, why your body fights against burning it, what happens inside your system during the first 20 days, why your face, arms, and legs shrink first, and when biology finally says, okay, let's use belly fat for fuel. But before we get into the science, I want to drop a truth bomb Steve wasn't ready for. Here's the hard truth. Your body does not give a damn about your six-pack. It cares about keeping you alive. Your belly fat isn't stubborn. It's protected, and there's a difference. Your belly houses your most important organs. Your liver, kidneys, stomach, pancreas, intestines, and for women, reproductive organs. This area is the most biologically valuable real estate in your entire body. So when your body stores fat, it says, put the easiest fat in the limbs, put the medium fat in the back and arms, but the important fat, put that around the organs, protect it, hold on to it, make it the last fat we use. This is why belly fat has low blood flow, more fat-storing receptors, hormonal resistance, and is literally built for survival. This isn't a diet thing. This is evolution. It's the same reason you lose fat from your face first, your arms second, your legs third, but your stomach will act like it didn't hear the announcement. So let me be blunt. Your belly fat is not ignoring your effort. Your belly fat is following biology. It burns last, not first. Once Steve understood this, his frustration made sense. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He just expected his biology to behave differently than it was designed to. Now, let's break down what actually happens the moment you start dieting. Most people think fat loss is linear. They think day 1 to day 20 should show progressive belly shrinkage. But the human body is not a smartphone. You don't press a button and watch fat disappear in real time. Fat loss has phases, and the first phase is one you're going to hate. Days 1 to 3, you lose water, not fat. When Steve started dieting, he lost almost 2 pounds in the first few days, and he was pumped. But he didn't lose fat. He lost water. Your body uses glycogen, stored carbs, in the first few days of a diet, and glycogen binds to water. So when glycogen burns, water leaves your system. You pee more, you drop pounds on the scale, but your belly fat is untouched. This is temporary progress, fake progress, the kind of progress that disappears the moment you eat carbs again. Days 4 to 7, the metabolic testing phase. Now your body becomes suspicious. It asks, is this calorie deficit real? Is this human serious? Should we burn fat or should we slow metabolism? Your insulin levels begin dropping, your hunger hormones shift, and your body tries to decide whether it should enter long-term fat-burning mode. But belly fat is still sitting there like, nope, not happening yet. Days 7 to 10, the warm-up phase. Around day 7, your internal fat-burning machinery starts preparing. Your metabolism becomes more flexible, your fat-burning enzymes become more active, and the engine is warming up. But nothing is happening to your belly, and this is the part that destroys people mentally. Steve said,
It feels like nothing is happening.
and I told him, nothing is happening where you want it to happen, but everything is happening inside your system. If you quit here, you never reach the part where belly fat finally starts burning. But if you push through, you enter the first real fat-burning phase. Somewhere between day 10 and day 20, your body starts using stored fat for energy. But here's the twist. It's not burning belly fat yet. Your body is smart. It doesn't start with the hardest fat. It starts with the easiest fat. Fat with higher blood flow, less hormonal resistance, and easier mobilization. This fat is located in your arms, your legs, your face, your upper back, and your shoulders. So Steve called me again.
Dude, my jawline looks sharper. My arms look leaner. Even my legs feel smaller. But my stomach? It hasn't moved one bit.
Exactly, because your body always burns easy fat, then medium fat, then the belly. You can't jump to level 3 without clearing levels 1 and 2. Fat loss is like peeling an onion. The outer layers go first, and the belly is the core. This is why people think belly fat is stubborn. It's not stubborn. You just haven't dieted long enough. You haven't burned enough of the easy fat for your body to even think about touching the belly. Steve never understood this. He always quit around day 18, always before belly fat loss even begins. This next part is the most important part of the entire video, the phase that 90% of people never reach. This is the phase where your belly fat finally becomes available as fuel. Belly fat starts burning for most people around week 3 to week 6. Not week 1, not week 2, not day 10. Week 3, 2, 6. Why so late? Because your body requires stable insulin, reduced easy fat stores, a consistent calorie deficit, low stress hormones, reliable metabolic signals, and proof that you're not giving up. Your body needs to trust that it's safe to start using stored belly fat, and trust takes weeks. Once the belly fat vault finally opens, your lower belly softens, your morning stomach looks flatter, your waist measurement drops, your lower back fat shrinks, your profile changes, your clothes fit differently, and your digestion often feels smoother. This is the beginning of real belly fat reduction, and when Steve finally pushed past his old quitting point, he saw it too. He called me early one morning and said,
Dude, my belly looks different today. Finally, I can see it.
that moment, that breakthrough, is what most people miss because they quit too soon. Now at this point, Steve understood something most people never do. Belly fat doesn't burn early, doesn't burn fast, and doesn't burn on command. It burns last, and only when your body decides it's safe. But here's where things get even crazier. Most people never reach week 3 or week 4 of real progress. Not because dieting is hard, not because belly fat is impossible, not because their genetics are cursed, but because they sabotage themselves every single week without realizing it. Here's the pattern. Monday, motivated. Tuesday, disciplined. Wednesday, proud. Thursday, holding on. Friday, loosening up. Saturday, indulgence. Sunday, I'll restart tomorrow. And this cycle destroys everything biologically. One large meal spikes insulin enough to shut down fat burning for 24 to 48 hours, refills glycogen and water so you look bloated, shuts off fat-burning enzymes, resets hunger hormones, and essentially returns your body to day one. You think you've been dieting for 4 weeks. Your biology thinks you've dieted for 8 days. This is why belly fat feels impossible. It's not impossible, it's interrupted. Then comes another psychological blow. Dieting sometimes makes your belly look bigger before it gets smaller. Why? Because digestion slows, increased protein causes temporary bloating, more fiber expands in the gut, belly fat softens before shrinking, and water retention fluctuates daily. None of this is fat gain. It's temporary biology. So what does real belly fat loss actually look like? Weeks 1 to 2, 0 visible belly change, internal adjustments only. Weeks 3 to 4, belly fat burning begins internally but not visibly. Weeks 5 to 8, visible belly reduction starts. Weeks 8 to 12, real transformation. Weeks 12 to 20, full belly fat transformation, the phase almost nobody reaches. Most people quit right before things start working. Day 10, day 14, week 2, week 3. They quit when results are still invisible. But invisible does not mean ineffective. Biology is working even when your mirror doesn't show it. Steve finally broke the cycle when I told him, "Give me 30 days of real consistency. No weekend slip-ups, no restarting, no quitting at day 18, just boring discipline." And for the first time, he stuck to it. On day 32, he called me and said,
My belly looks smaller today. I'm not imagining it.
and he wasn't. Also, he asked the universal question,
How do I make this faster?
and I told him the truth. You don't speed up belly fat loss by doing more. You speed it up by doing the right things consistently. You must control insulin, because insulin determines whether fat burning is on or off. Snacking spikes insulin. Eating constantly spikes insulin. Random bites spike insulin. So I told him, eat 2 to 3 solid meals, no snacking, let insulin drop, and give your body time to burn fat. He did, and his waist shrank faster. He also increased protein, because protein boosts metabolism, reduces appetite, protects muscle, and enhances fat loss. Then he added strength training, not to target the belly, but to build the muscle that accelerates fat burning. Then he added walking, the most sustainable fat burning activity. Then he fixed sleep, because poor sleep increases cortisol and belly fat specifically. And finally, he stopped cheating on weekends, not perfectly, but consistently. And slowly, then suddenly, his belly fat changed. So here's the truth. You don't lose belly fat when you want to. You lose belly fat when your biology decides you've earned it. Your biology asks, has this person been consistent? Is insulin low? Are hormones stable? Is stress controlled? Has enough easy fat been burned first? Only when the answer is yes does your belly fat vault open. The real enemy isn't food, it's your mind. Expecting fast results, checking your belly daily, obsessing over the scale, believing effort equals results, and quitting right before the breakthrough are the traps that stop most people. Steve wasn't failing. He just never stayed consistent long enough to reach the belly fat stage. So here's the truth you've been waiting for. Belly fat does not start burning in week 1. It does not start burning in week 2. It starts burning when your biology trusts your consistency, usually between week 3 and week 6. Visible changes appear between week 5 and week 12. Major transformation happens between week 12 and week 20. Your metabolism isn't broken. Your genetics aren't cursed. Your biology just needs time. Stay consistent, stay patient, stay disciplined. Your belly fat will burn, not instantly, not magically, but biologically. And when it finally does, you won't just look different, you'll be different. If this video helped you understand your body better, if it finally gave you clarity about why things weren't working before, if it gave you the mindset you need to actually finish what you started, then do one thing. Hit that subscribe button. Because this channel isn't about shortcuts. It's not about gimmicks. It's about giving you the truth, the real science, the real psychology, and the real strategies that actually transform your body and your life. So subscribe, turn on notifications, and join me for more videos that cut through the noise and help you build the body and the discipline you deserve. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.